Good evening, members. This is Jacob Koech. I am presenting Group 4 members. We are dealing with the selected topics in modern history. We want to see about the history of Ashanti Empire. Our members are as follows: Daniel Kiblagat, Eric Nyangate, Roslyn Chanja, Kennedy Mpita, Jacob Koech, and Duncan Otieno. We want to see the origin of Ashanti Empire. They were one of the Aka-speaking people who settled in the forest region of the model Ghana between 11th century and 13th century. The separate Asante chiefdom were united by Hussein Tutu in the year 1670, and in 1696 he took the title of Asante King and the founder of the Ashanti Empire. Their language Twi was the most common and official language. At its peak from the 18th to 19th century, the empire attended from the Comoes River in Ivory Coast in the west, Togo Mountain in the east. Now we want to see another about their culture. Ashanti live in a central Ghana in the rainforest in West Africa, approximately 150 miles away from the coast. The Ashanti are the major ethnic group of the Aka, Ashanti and Fanti in Ghana. Ghana is a fairly new nation, barely more than 50 years old, and Ghana was previously called the Gold Coast. Much of the modern nation of Ghana was dominated by the late 70s through the 19th century by a state known as Asante. Asante was the largest and most powerful of the series of states formed in forest region of the southern Ghana by people known as Akan. The Ashanti people have always been known as fighters. The people on this tribe has a slogan: if I go forward, I die. If I go backward, I die. Better go forward and die. When the Ashanti tribe was faced with war, they used drums to signal the upcoming battle. The beat of these drums could be heard from the dense forest. The Ashanti has a special handshake in which you hold your left hand out to shake hands. This comes from the Ashanti explanation that the left hand hold the shield and the right hand hold the spear. So, in order to show your trust in someone, you put down your shield and therefore have your left hand free. The Ashanti, the family, and the mother's clan are more important. Thank you very much.
Of Ashanti, social organization is the matronage, a localized segment of a clan whose members claim descent from a common female. They lived in an extended family in various homes. The family and the mother's clan are most important. A child is said to inherit to the father's soul or spirit, and from the mother, a child receives flesh and blood. This relates them more closely to the mother's clan. Family lived in various homes or huts that are set up around a courtyard. The head of the household was usually the oldest brother that lives there. The elders chose him, and he was obeyed by everyone. They also practiced many ceremonies from the marriage, death, puberty, and birth. They had a golden stool which was sacred and protected, as it represents worship of the ancestors. Everyone participated in the major ceremonies like funeral ceremonies done for several days. They also played an African game called Kikogo, which means transferring.
The Ashanti have preserved their traditional religion, which includes worship of a supreme being, many gods, and ancestor spirits. Otherwise, the Ashanti religion is a mixture of spiritual and supernatural powers. They also believe that plants, animals, and trees have souls. Nevertheless, the Ashanti ancestor veneration formed a major characteristic of the Ashanti, though they also practiced magic. Some Ashanti have converted to Christianity or Islam. The primary religion embraced and practiced by the Ashanti is Roman Catholic.
Of the Ashanti Empire was mainly based on trade of gold and agricultural exports as well as slave trading, craft work, and a trade with markets up north. They participated in the local trade where they exchanged commodities such as fish, salt, and cloth with their neighbor. Secondly, they participated in the long-distance traders from North Africa and those from the south. The main commodities were salt, gold, coconuts, and slaves. They also grew crops such as coconuts and grain. They also practiced pottery making and they kept animals.
System of Ashanti Empire and Kingship. The political system of the Ashanti historically was characterized by stool, the stool that it is believed to have brought from heaven. The stool was the highest authority of leadership. The stool was most powerful office in Ashanti Empire, and the Ashanti Empire had the council called the Kotoko Council. Also, descending, the inner council was called the inner Masu council as a result of tedious work faced by the kingdom. Another council was headed by the king. The king council evolved to known as the Kumasi Council by 19th century. Political functions. During the 19th century, there existed two functions and dominated the political. These are peace party and imperial war. Also, we had the other executive offices, the Asantehene Empire was made up of number of state groups together and by the monarch. Another group was of leadership was Amahehe. The Ashanti Empire was also made up of metropolitan and provincial states that also ruled in counties, and then followed by Ohene, whereby this group ruled the divisions. Finally, we had the Okiduro, which also ruled villages like in modern society we have the village elders, not forgetting the queen, who also was recognized by the Ashanti group, whereby during the death of the king, the queen could choose among his sons so that they can be selected by elders from the ground to the national level, whereby the elders could decide the king or reject. And if the king was rejected, the elders could begin again by selecting another son which will represent them as a king, or in case of the king is voted out, or maybe when he disobeys one of the rules, also because this kingdom had rules that governed this institution. Thank you. May God bless you.